Hey, everybody. Before we start this episode of Talking Shit, I just want to thank you guys for all your donations. That's $200 that you give us every week. Keeps the show running. Not really. We're going in the hole. So please start donating or do something. Jim wants to cut it back to once a week.
I don't want to cut it back to once a week. We're cutting it back to once a week.
See how he's the evil.
No, I got to go to the Edinburgh Festival and do an English tour.
Has to.
We can't fit in the actual episodes. It's not me being nasty.
I'd stay here with the mongs and do it all.
Logistically, we can't do it.
I'm like a wife, and he just leaves me to go out like a sailor. And
you can do it by yourself. I'm not here. I'm not particular about the whole thing.
No, we'll just do it once a week. And so cut your donations in half, people. Just donate half as much as you were going to. No, actually, we do need your donations because we're trying to get the new site going. The new site's going to have video podcasting. You're going to be able to see every episode in its entirety, but you will have to, we need money to get this thing rolling. We need to buy a fucking TriCaster or whatever the fuck that thing is. Adam Carolla got his free. Maybe TriCaster will give us one for free. TriCaster, if you listen, which I doubt you do, or anybody knows them, please send us a free TriCaster. Also, Jim, do you have any live dates?
Like Irvine Improv or something coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I sell pretty well without your help.
Yeah, he makes lots of money. He doesn't need you people. He makes He's rich. He tells us all the time.
Go to my YouTube.
He's very humble too.
Go to my webpage.
I will be at the Hollywood Improv this weekend, 8 and 10 show. Please come see me there. Jason, are you coming with me? He doesn't have a microphone, though, because we have 3 guests.
Is that this week?
He's so fucking angry right now.
Is that this week? You going to be there? Yeah. I will come and watch.
Oh, Jim's going to be there, too.
I've got the week off. I'll come and watch.
So Jim will be there Saturday night. That's the Hollywood Improv, 8 and 10. And a lot of guys from the show are going to be on opening for Mo Mandel's going to be there. Brian Callen's going to be there. Who else did you like? Sarah Tiana is going to be on the show. Jacob Suroff's on one of the shows.
I thought you were just headlining there.
I am, but I have 3 openers each show. So
there you go. You've got a few people.
So those guys will all be there. I think Daryl Wright. I had to have a black guy. It was a law. And so I'll be there. And then I'm at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, May 8th to 13th. And then Morty's in Indianapolis. Don't come. I'd rather it just be as depressing as it's going to be.
Oh, actually, I will try to sell my West Palm Beach improv date, May 31st to June 2nd, because, there's not a lot of white trash in that area that want to come and see me.
So we've got 3 great guests for this episode. This is a very, very special episode. We have Tanya Lee Davis, Nick Novicki, and Brad Williams, who has been on the show many times, like twice.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's the most anyone's been on it.
Wow.
So, all right. Well, let's just start the fucking show.
All right.
2 douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talking Shit. This is Jim Jeffries. I'm here with Eddie Ift and 3 little people.
How else would you put it?
I don't know how to say. Like what do you call like a group of you? Is it a herd?
like a gaggle.
A murder of? I love it when they say a murder of crows.
When you're angry, it's like a pack. I would think a pack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think we have a group name yet. I think we should think of one. I like the whole murder of crows thing.
Well, when you're religious, you're a flock. So you're not. Right. Jason could tell you that. Jason's so mad without a microphone right now.
Said he's not allowed to sit on the couch.
No, he's not allowed on the couch. No.
Why is that?
Because it's a new couch, which I noticed you guys all jumped on and took your shoes off.
Well, we put our feet on there. Our feet don't reach over the end of the couch. We're being respectful, asshole.
Yeah, that's because you're a dick, Nick, though. Yeah, so we've got Nick Novicki, Brad Williams, Tanya.
A little bit of popping there.
Tanya Lee Davis. Yeah, we are popping. Tanya. Brad. No.
Tanya.
Yep.
Tanya Lee. Tanya Lee. Wasn't there another famous Tanya Lee?
No, I'm the one.
Are you? Wasn't there?
There is no other.
There was Tanya.
There was
Tanya
Tucker. Or Tanya Harding.
I would like to tell a little story.
I'm getting no mic. Can I get?
Yeah, you're working tomorrow. I'm gonna tell a little story that happened to me this weekend that I wanted to get out of the way before we get onto our guests because I wouldn't be able to wedge this story in. I went to the airport the other day, going through security, and you know how they've got the new scanning one where you put your hands up and they scan?
Yeah, you do
and
the
they
whole
can-
Jay-Z pose.
They can see, even
Like
if you've
that
got a
one?
little bit of paper in your pocket, they can see
tell you.
anything.
They don't see paper. I take paper all the time.
Oh, they do. I emptied my pockets. But there's one thing I didn't empty. The wedge of bloody toilet paper shoved up my ass to clot out a hemorrhoid.
They found it.
Oh.
They made you pull that out.
I did the hands up, and the scanning thing goes, "Did you empty your pockets?" And I went, and I realized exactly what they were talking about, and I went, "I emptied my pockets." Yes.
Let me interrupt for 1 second. For those of you that are new listeners to Talking Shit, Jim has a chronic hemorrhoid problem where his solution is not surgery.
I don't want
it's
surgery.
It's not preparation H. It's I'll shove some toilet paper in my ass, and then when it clots, I'll just throw it wherever it need
Is
be.
that why we're here on
Well,
the show?
I-
We got
That's
three of
why
us
you're
here?
on a new couch, because the old couch has blood stains all over it from his asshole.
That's why he got so many
He wants
dwarves on
to-
this show.
the
He needs the
guy-
tiny hands.
Yeah, exactly.
and the tongues. But so the guy goes, they go, we're gonna have to search you. I go, I know what you've seen in your X-ray, and you don't want to search there, I'm telling you. And I pull it out in front of a queue of people, just this matted up tissue paper covered in blood, and I went, do you need to investigate further?
And what was their response?
No, just horror. Just a look of.
I would have just
little
said,
gift.
I would have just said, really tough night at the gay bar, and just walked through. I had one time where I was connecting in Dallas Airport, and I got diarrhea really bad. Ran to the bathroom. I shit my pants. I farted, sharted, whatever it is. Shit my pants. Went to the airport bathroom. Took my suitcase into the stall with me. Took my pants off. Took my underwear off. Then put my pants back on, and then went, what the fuck do I do with these underwear now? Crowded bathroom. Do I run out and just throw them in the trash? Everybody will see me with the shitty pair of
You just
underwear.
leave them in the bathroom.
I should have done that. What I did was I rolled it in toilet paper and then put it in, I have a part in my bag for like wetsuits and stuff.
Oh.
I put it in that part of my bag thinking the next airport, I'll just fucking dump it there. But I rolled it, I rolled this thing. It looked like a giant joint. And I put it in my bag. Sure enough, like this is a while ago. Like, you know, when there was that extra level of security at the gate, the girl just out of randomness picks me, points at me, goes through my whole bag, and pulls it out, looks at it, and I just shook my head because I was like, I don't know how to explain this, and I hope you don't unroll it. And she just stuffed it back in, and I thought, I hope this doesn't smell up like the whole airport.
I just flushed them down the toilet and it went.
Yeah, you
Those
just-
public toilets are strong.
I've
They can take underwear, dude.
I've done that as well.
You can flush underwear down
yeah.
the toilet.
Oh yeah, my early.
Mine was
airport
because I
ones.
was a kid, and when I shit my pants and I took off my underwear and I looked, my name was written in them. Because I go to summer camp, and I was like, I can't leave these anywhere
remember.
because the janitor or whoever, I don't know. And I just flushed them.
My earliest memory
Tanya.
is following through on a fart when I was a kid.
Tanya just put her hand out like, give it back,
Give it
Jason.
Microphone privileges have
I'm
been revoked.
assuming
That's it, you're
Tanya
done.
has a shitting herself story.
Oh, well, you've already heard it.
We heard- yeah, we-
Well, I've got so many I can't even go there. But
we saw Tanya Lee perform at the Little People of America convention, and you crushed
Anaheim.
it. Yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
like, we all know Brad. We know you get
Yeah,
standing
yeah,
ovations at the Kevin and Bean show while Jim and I just flounder around. But that night, Tanya
Oh,
fucking rocked
absolutely.
It. Yeah,
I got
So
a
did
standing
I.
ovation because
did.
everybody got shorter.
yeah, it's not really a standing ovation when it's
Yeah,
little
I
people.
think-
Nobody can see it.
I think
Shrinking
I got
ovation.
a standing ovation at Little People's.
No, they were all just running to get the fuck out. Did you see that? It looked like the place was on fire
I
when
did.
you were up there.
I did lose a lot of
You
audience
just-
members.
It
I
was
think it
dwarves
was the
on
first
dwarves.
cunt where everyone just went, oh.
And then it was just dwarf on dwarf
I
action.
did-
He killed it too with the opening line about like you have the cutest little people, and everybody was like, "Oh,
No,
we
your
love
baby,
that."
your babies
Yeah, and,
are so cute. Your little people babies.
they love that, and then
Well,
you're like,
it's
"You
true.
cunt," and then they're like, "Whoa."
I did. I said I want to have
Indiana
one.
came out.
And then I was waiting for, I'm
I-
going to rape
I-
one of you bitches.
I think,
Yeah.
I think the line was, "It makes me not want a regular child." They're so adorable.
That might have been it.
And,
Yeah.
and that's
So I
when
have a
the
lot of
crowd
shit
turned.
stories, but that's the one I told. Yeah, and
yeah, you told a story about shitting your
I
pants.
left. I didn't shit my pants. I shit an entire stall.
Like it looked like a crime scene.
It was horrendous. Yeah, and there was women in there, and they screamed and they yelled, and then it ended up in my hair, and I had to go on stage for an hour. But I didn't know it was in my hair until I got back, and I was wondering why I smelled like shit all night.
I knew this guy in high school who used to shit so bad. Like he was lying on his stomach once, and he farted, and he shit himself, and it landed on his back. Like that's how bad he shit. Like it was all over.
Wait,
Just like arched it?
Why were you in the room? like, I have a friend. No, why were you in the room?
I had to measure the trajectory.
See, back to your the bathroom incident. That's a great thing with women's restrooms and the stalls. We always have like a bin for like tampons and pads and shit. So if you shit your pants, you can put your undies in the bin right there. You don't have to like walk around.
Just flush them or just leave them on top of the
I didn't
system.
know you could flush them down the toilet.
Well,
I'm
I
going to do
didn't know
that from now on.
Maybe just
The
leave
size
them.
of my underwear. Look at the size of my ass. I could never flush those. It caused some sort of cosmic backup.
Yeah.
They would never go down.
What are you preparing to do? I like that. Like, if I'm going to leave that from now on, like you're just planning to shit yourself in the
No,
airport
but you
again?
never know. You never know. I'm getting to that age where you can't trust a fart anymore. You just don't know.
I followed through on a shit when I was like 7 or 8 years old, like in year 1. And it's my earliest memory. And it happened like at 9 o'clock in the morning at school. And my parents had installed that thing in that we were poor and we couldn't afford things. And, you know, I cost them so much money. So I didn't even think of throwing away the underwear. I just rocked around with shit in my pants for the whole day. Like I tried to wipe it clean. I remember we were doing
You were the smelly kid.
Yeah, we had a cutting and
We knew you,
pasting day.
Jim.
There was a lot of like paste and putting something on. We were doing some arts and craft thing for the whole day. And I remember the teacher coming up and going, "Oh, what's that smell?" And I go, "It's the paste." And she gave me this look and went, "Yes, it's the paste." And I remember thinking I got away with it, but in hindsight now, I look at it. But I remember my parents I carpooled with another group of kids. And I remember getting into someone else's car and it was like all the windows down and me just sitting there feeling horrible.
There's a lot of those guys out on Venice Beach that smell that same way I've experienced today.
We had a kid in high school, or not high school, grade school. I shouldn't say his name, but it's Paul Konstantakis. I don't know where you are, Paul, but when he was a third grader, I was in first grade, and my cousin was in second grade, and my cousin's best friend, we would meet at a certain time in the bathroom. This is in first grade, and kick.
Is this the bumming story again?
Yeah, no, we would kick in stall doors. And because remember, you didn't want to shit when you were a little kid. Like I would wait and save a shit to go home. I was like, if I had to shit at first period, I would wait all day to go home and shit. But we would go in because you never wanted to get caught shit. So we'd kick in the stall doors. Sure enough, we go. Jason's trying to get.
Jason, let him finish his story.
Tanya, don't give him the microphone. Jason just grabbed for it. Tanya wouldn't give it to him. Anyways, we kicked the stall door in, and this guy Paul Konstantakis is in the stall with he's like all he's wearing is a shirt. And there is shit on his shirt. There is shit, like volcanoes of shit on the toilet. There is shit on the walls. Like he has wiped his hands on the walls. It's everywhere. And poor guy, what do? All three of us run to the principal's office and tell on him. Like 7 years old.
Yes.
That's my thought. This
Right.
guy, Paul, and we ran in. We're like, Paul's, fucking, there's
Right.
shit everywhere.
Hang on.
What happened to you in first grade? That
Wait.
happened to me.
Hang on. I want to know.
Paul had to transfer
I
out.
want to know how that conversation went. You know how me and my friend always kick the doors in to try to find someone shitting? We saw someone shitting inappropriately. Aren't we good? Don't we
got
deserve
him, sir.
some type of school reward for kicking indoors and people shitting? And he had to move? You're the one who's trawling public toilet places.
No,
Things haven't changed.
I was about to say, I could still see you doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like tracking this guy down, being like, "Where are you?" And just kicking the door open. I got you again.
I gotta say, this is
We called him Pooh Man Paul from then on.
and you said he transferred. Now he's still hanging out with him.
Well, but I mean, he was known as, where did Pooh Man Paul go?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
We had a piss pants someone or he pissed his pants in like year 1. He was still called that at 16. Hey, when we were at the Little People's Convention, Brad came up to me and I was doing this thing going, "Where's the little hot dwarfs? Where are they?" Like that, right? And I go, that one.
because you wanted one.
Yeah, I wanted one, right?
Who doesn't?
And Brad,
And I was right
Brad
here.
said to me,
Nothing.
I go, "What's that one like?" I go, that one looks all right. And then I go, "How old do you reckon she is?" He goes, I have no idea as well. He goes, you think we'd know how old we are?
We don't.
I have no fucking idea. He goes, I was talking to a girl earlier on tonight thinking I was doing good work. It turned out she was 12.
It's true.
And you thought she was another 25-year-old chick.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, because
She was holding a beer.
which is not too unlikely there.
Right, exactly.
But like there's different types of dwarfism. So like the ones that are my similar type and Tanya's type and Nick, what do you have?
You got the big
I have
head.
Pseudo-achondroplasia.
Pseudo-achondroplasia, right? Like
The most
Wait,
popular
you
kind.
pseudo, is that like fake?
Yeah, exactly.
And then what do
I'm
you have?
trying to be
achondroplasia. I have what he has, only the real thing apparently.
He's got the big head.
Yeah, so like when it's like my type of dwarfism, I can tell, but different types, I got no fucking clue.
Yeah.
No idea. And sometimes
Out of all the dwarfisms, which it's just easy to say midget. Let me say midget. Out of all the different dwarfisms, I can't say that. Which one is regarded as the sexiest?
You know
I'd
what?
say-
Before he said that, I was waiting for him to go somewhere so wrong, and I didn't imagine that it could be.
He thought I was going to say something like, "Where did the blacks fall into it?" but what?
You really kind of leaned into that one too.
Yeah.
I got a
That's
little
what I
nervous.
really wanted to ask.
One of us is going to get nervous in a minute. That's
So no, which one is the sexiest?
I'd say hypoachondroplasia.
And what do they look like?
Me but taller. And like
So regular people are sexiest.
yeah. What was that, Brad? What was that? Yeah, you're trying to get as far from a little person as possible.
You want to get out of our,
What was
don't
this?
come to our
Brad,
conventions.
What was that?
Brad's like me, but 5'10".
blonde with fake tits. Yeah. it's that type.
Is there a lot of fake tits in the dwarf community?
I've never seen one.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be. You know,
They get big
you get
jugs.
the same features, only small. So
Would
know.
you like some? We can raise the money.
Fucking
You got big jugs.
I
got a
know,
lot of padding.
but to match your ass,
I-
we really got to.
now I've known.
Well, to match her ass, you'd have to tip over. Like, good lord.
I've known
balance.
Tanya for years now. It's all the way
At least
back
a
to
decade.
Edinburgh.
Tanya's 14 now.
Did you know her? Did you know her at Edinburgh?
I've been known Tanya for
And
14
then
years.
Nick, I've known for like 15. I don't know how long. How old are you? You're like
I'm
12.
29, so-
Are you? Yeah, I knew
I
you.
met
when-
you when I was 19.
I'm
yeah.
older than all you
But
fuckers.
Tanya, I know you from. Did Mickey D teabag you?
You teabagged
You
Mickey D.
teabagged me.
I was in the room.
No.
What?
I was.
Where's this?
Why don't you set up this story?
You
What
can
happened?
lie. I was in the room.
Okay, let me set
I
the
have
story
photos
up.
of it.
Exactly. Let me set up how this whole started.
He put
It-
his balls in your mouth.
That's the end game.
That's how it all
So
ended.
there was a process
Yeah.
because it started off completely innocent.
It is innocent. I've had those same balls in my
it's
mouth.
just- it just happened. No. What happened was it was Spank, the late night show in Edinburgh, and Doug Stanhope was there, and he was once again off his fucking head. Mickey D was on stage, and Doug didn't know I was in the room and went running up to a girl at the front row and whispered to this girl something, and she was to ask a question.
I thought it was Brendan Burns.
No,
No,
hold
that's
on.
another story.
No, that's I've got a lot of those stories. There's a lot going around. So this girl was like stuttering, and so Stanhope yells from the back of the room, "Tell us about the time you got a hand job from a midget." And then I sat there going, "Oh, I know where this is going." And where this happened, the first year I met Mickey D, who's an Australian comedian, the first year I met him, the night before the festival started, he was off his fucking head. He tried to jump over a fence and broke both of his wrists.
I remember this.
So
Yeah.
he had casts.
And had to have everybody wipe his ass for him for 2 months.
That summer was 2004, 2003, and it was the hottest summer Edinburgh had ever had. Like normally you have to wear 5
Oh, yeah,
layers.
yeah.
So
it-
so
he
it was
was wearing
65.
Yeah, there was a day I
Right.
took my jacket off.
Yeah, exactly. So there he was. Mickey and I hit it off like gangbusters, and we were
Of
sitting
course, you
there
had
when
your balls in his.
we were sitting at one of the bars late at night, and I was standing there. He was sitting in a chair and was talking to him.
I
and
like
said,
how you're trying to go into this
no,
when the
because
end of the
this has
story
nothing to do
is
with
his
teabagging.
balls were in your mouth.
This has nothing to do with tea. We were standing there talking, and I felt he's like, my wrists are in casts. I said, well, so you haven't scratched your own balls in a while. So I stuck my hands up his shorts, and I just went, and I just fucking jiggled his junk so he had some sort of contact going on, and that was it.
That
This
sounds
turned in-
great.
This turned into me giving him a hand job. It was a nothing.
Well, that was it. It's kind of a big. That's it.
It was
So the rumor
I
was
don't
you
even
gave him a
know
hand
that
job.
bit.
So then-
I didn't know that either.
So then it obviously.
Oh, that
rumor
makes it
had
all better then.
There's also rumors that him and I banged. I've never slept with Mickey D. But so then anyway.
I heard
so
there
that
wasn't a
came
lot
up.
of sleeping going on.
Yeah, exactly. So then Stanhope's like, "Oh, you gave her a hand." So then, of course, he starts telling the story, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm going to tell the real story." So then I got up on stage, and I was like, "Okay, him and I have done that. We've now been on stage shaving Brendan Burns' head. We had Brendan Burns fucking duct taped to a chair." And
This is
shaved
all
his
great
head
comedy.
at the Fat Cave. Like, it was
Brendan
just...
Burns is your Jason.
Oh, my God. And,
Brendan Burns is the world's Jason.
yeah,
I hope
that's
he
true.
hears that quote as well.
I wouldn't suspect Brendan is this victim, though.
No, but Brendan loves it. Kick me in the nuts. Kick me in the
No,
nuts.
he loved... Yeah, he
Brendan-
loved...
I've seen him do
Headbutt
that.
me in the
Brendan
nuts.
got very
He
into
did-
like
he did the-
Jackass for a while,
Oh.
and he decided his whole life was going to be beaten up and stuff.
And then he sobered up after we duct taped him and shaved his head.
he
That's when
sobered up
came-
and stopped doing that. But his big thing was if a gig was going bad, he wanted people to kick him in the balls.
I remember that we had him kick Jason in the balls and show him how to do it. Yeah, worked out well.
Okay, back to me.
Moving on.
So
Which
then,
is different from her last slogan, balls to me.
so I went up and we were talking about this on stage in Spank, and we're like, well, we got to top this shit. And he's like, well, what else are we gonna do? So we got 2 chairs. And I'm like, he wanted to teabag me. So we got 2 chairs, and I'm like, you're fucking... He's not much taller than me, first of all, so he's not exactly going to teabag me. So we got 2 chairs. He dropped trow, and he straddled the chairs, and he didn't put them in my mouth, because I know where those have been, and they're not coming anywhere my fucking...
Let's just say
Yeah, I-
Thailand.
He just...
He said the same story. I wouldn't do that. I know where her mouth's been.
True that.
So the balls never went
No,
in the mouth.
just I got teabagged on the head. There's video of
I
it.
remember it going into the
No,
mouth.
it was not-
I was drunk as well. It was very
Yeah,
late in the
nope.
night. But the way I remember it and the way I tell people
Of course.
is that you had his balls in his mouth.
Nope.
And I think, look,
I
my
saw
fans
it.
who are listening right now, who are you going to believe?
There's video. Somebody's got video of it.
I don't care. The video's not on YouTube, and
And,
I like the other story better. Sorry, Tanya.
We're gonna go with that one.
Can Jason put his balls on your forehead then?
That one, no fucking way. I'll take anybody on the couch. Not
Jason.
that one.
I'll tell you.
you actually, he's probably attracted to you because people are attracted to people like their mother. How tall is your mom?
It's crazy.
His mom's 4'11".
I know, and I heard
what
she's
it-
got big jugs too, right? That's why you're into.
What's the height for a little person?
Well, she
What-
might be a hypo, so
Okay, can we
Brad
say
might
Brad-
like it.
Brad,
You know,
you wanna fuck
Brad,
the shit
Brad
out of
might
her.
be trying to get your mom.
Can we say, because I've been getting a lot of flack on the internet, people have been writing to me saying I was being mean about Jason's mother's cancer. She's now give you the mic.
Yeah, that gets the microphone.
She successfully took a shit yesterday, and so they let her go home today.
Well, not as good as the one she took 38 years ago.
Stealing from your fans, are you? So yeah, she's going to she went home today, and
Is that what someone wrote? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't read that. No,
Someone,
I didn't
someone
read-
sent me a message saying, "How does it feel to be a big brother?" That's a good one. But
Well, why would you put online that your mom took a successful shit?
Because I told her I would.
Oh, wow.
So the thing is,
must be so
So
proud.
you got to bring your mom down your road.
So anyway, does that mean she's not got cancer or she's in remission?
It's not bad enough that she had
she's
cancer,
Type 1
now-
cancer
no.
for the rest of her life.
She's what?
She's a type 1 cancer for the rest of her life.
No, she doesn't. People
In 5
lose
years,
cancer.
You didn't know
5
Jason's
years,
nickname is Type 1
In
cancer.
5 years, if she's still clear, then she's technically in remission. But she's technically.
But she doesn't need chemo or anything.
They'll find out this week.
I'm asking. Can I tell jokes again about your mother having
we don't
cancer?
we don't know if she needs chemo or not yet because the pathology hasn't come back.
I'll hold off a couple of weeks.
Are you attracted to Tanya Lee?
No.
That's not even going there. Thank you, ditto fucker.
Well, that's
I feel like I'm back on Venice Beach. Like,
that's
out there
that's
on
good
the
to know. I'm
promenade.
happy for you. I'm happy for you.
But so Brad can bang your mom now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck the cancer out
She'll
of her,
have
Brad.
herpes and cancer.
Yeah.
Brad, Jason has it out with
That's
you.
what they call an Eddie Ift.
So they call it the enhancer. Herpes and cancer.
Jason is upset with you because you were
Why's that?
upset. Yeah, you're
Give-
upset. Give him the.
Give back the microphone. I want to know why
I'm
Jason's
not
upset with
upset.
you.
Tell
Eddie,
you
the
called me
instigator.
today. You called me
I
today.
said I got some stories about Brad because
right.
Brad's just
Okay, let me let you know.
Amazing.
Last week we had Double D, the girl that won the Double D competition for Kevin
Joanna.
and Bean. See, he knows
Exactly.
he doesn't call.
Or as I call her, number 72.
exactly. See, There we go. We
Really? Your
don't have
number's
to
that
talk
low?
about it. We know.
You're still in your 20s. I remember being back near 72.
Well, we had her on the show, and we had a dating game last week where Farside and Jason tried to win her over, and she picked Farside over
Yeah.
Jason, and Jason was a little upset because he bought her champagne and candy.
Actually,
Jason
I didn't.
bought-
I found that stuff. But
Hey, bought candy.
I knew you didn't buy it.
I didn't buy that shit.
Anyway,
Okay.
but he acted like he did, and he really, I think you genuinely liked her.
Oh, okay.
Did you not?
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't. I mean, she's got big, nice boobs.
Yeah, you didn't like her because she looked like you.
And because she fucked Brad.
I didn't know that she fucked.
Did you fuck Brad? Did you fuck her? Did you?
Brad.
No.
Because we...
He's doing that no where he's
There's
nodding.
that silent like.
Brad, I tried to
No.
bring her back to Venice that night.
Yeah.
I had like 2 cars full of people coming to Venice. I'm like, oh, we're going back. We're having a party.
Right.
And she's like, no, we're going to Brad's
Yeah,
hotel
they all
room.
went to your hotel. Everybody went back to your hotel.
And all I remember is you in the green room.
Why
just
did you have a hotel
smashing
room?
your face in because they offered us
yeah.
hotel rooms.
They offered hotel rooms. I took it.
Why?
Because I live in Orange County and I knew I was going to get
yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
And so I just wanted a place to crash.
You don't want to
And
bang
party
double
and-
Ds.
and
How did
smash Jason.
How did
Yeah.
my dressing room look? I was the first person to leave it.
It was your dressing room was the official after party.
Yeah.
That was great. And my favorite part about it was when you hit on my sister without knowing she was my sister.
No, I didn't hit on your sister. I did not hit on your sister. I was staying with my girlfriend the whole time. I didn't hit on your sister. I told the story. What happened was,
Nice
I'll
girlfriend
tell you
plug.
what
Yeah,
happened.
exactly.
I'll tell you what happened because everyone. I think I told this story already. Did I tell this story? Where she made a few dwarf jokes. She was standing there. Your sister made 2 or 3 dwarf jokes, and I thought it's all right for me to do it. I know you, right? And I
Right.
turned to your sister and went, "Hey, Brad's my friend. All right? All right? I won't have that. Right?" And she went, "Well, I'm his sister." And I went, "Oh, well, carry on then." well done. So I defended you. I didn't hit on your sister. I didn't.
Okay.
Not that I remember. I was
So-
drunk. Come on.
I just got a Brad Williams story. I just found out I was up in Vancouver, and a friend of mine who's a comedian. He's not. I mean, he's just one of the local guys in Vancouver.
Jeez,
He's not
okay.
a little person, but he's quite short, and he looks like he's 12 years old, and he's actually a very funny guy. And he took.
Is it Matt Kirshen?
No, I just saw him the other night. He so this guy, he took this girl on a date, and they went to a comedy show, and he's thinking that he was like on a proper date with this chick, and she ended up banging you, and he's just like, fuck, like he's short enough, he's short enough.
Machine.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You cock block
Is
everyone.
that why you're mad at me? Because you wanted
He, of course.
Joanna?
Yes.
She was being. I know.
So you did bang her though? Just
Just tell us.
yeah. But you had a girl with you. Did you have a threesome or something? You had another girl with you.
Yeah, the girl that I was with, she's bisexual. So
Jason,
Oh my
he is half your size, and he said twice as
Way
many
more
women
game.
this week than you've had in the last 2 years. How does that feel?
I don't feel.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Just sit in between them, Jason, and get on a
Yeah.
microphone when.
Couch?
Yeah, sit. You. Yeah.
do we have some
wait,
plastic?
Let me see if
Put
you're
some
dirty.
plastic down
You always have like chocolate and caramel
Oh, I
on
just
you.
saw his ass crack. That was so wrong.
All right.
there you go. Just,
I
so,
did.
so
I did
just start
see your ass
grabbing my
crack.
So,
phone.
so Brad,
Nasty.
you
No
you
chunks of
you had a
chocolate
threesome
on
with and he just nodded like
He does it all the time. I'm telling you, if he wasn't disabled, I'd be jealous of him. I have to rationalize it. I have to rationalize it in my head that no, Brad's life in many ways probably harder than mine. He
Right.
deserves
It's
this.
like, yeah, I get.
No, fuck you.
No, he's taking
It's
full
like, yeah, I
advantage.
get pussy, but you could reach the drinks
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
fast food restaurant.
Right,
You know,
right.
so it evens out.
You're like your comedy career is like mine's slightly higher than yours at the
Right.
moment. I should be getting way more. I've got a quirky accent.
I've gotten Nick laid before. I was a wingman at one time at Stand Up New York in New York City.
He was.
remember that girl from
This is
Vancouver.
about 10 years ago, and you every time you bust my balls, you're like, I got you laid. I'm like, dude, that was 10 years ago. Can we let it go? But it was
Jason. I've been trying for years. I haven't gotten him laid yet.
You got me unlaid last year.
How did I get you unlaid?
Jim introduced me to a girl that took a liking.
That's right, Claire's friend.
and
yeah.
then you
Right.
made a big fucking to do about
We
it.
did
in
do
front
that,
of the
yeah.
whole fucking everybody.
Yeah.
You fingered her
You fingered her.
I don't
in
know that.
in a kitchen.
I didn't do that.
10 minutes into knowing her.
I didn't do that.
You did. You were getting that. It looked horrible.
You're
Like,
watching.
No, like she liked you, and then you were
Why
like,
were you watching?
you were like a caveman. Like this is mine. Like you were in a
You-
party.
you-
Everyone was watching.
You tried to pick her up and hold her by her
You're
vagina.
wrong.
You were carrying her around like
What's
a
wrong with
bowling
that?
ball. You
So
were.
anyways,
Okay, give the microphone back to Brad. Nick, tell the story because it was
All
funny.
right. So here's what happened. We were at Stand Up New York.
Now, for all of you who don't know, Nick, what you're on Boardwalk Empire. What was the character? Don't you play the fighter?
I play a boxer, and I manage the little people boxers.
Yeah.
So the basically what happens 10 years ago now, we were partying at Stand Up New York. It was me, Eddie.
Because we used to Stand Up New York was the comedy club that
Oh.
my manager owned,
And we would
he
party
paid everybody
there.
shit, but he didn't realize every comedian in New York City was coming there, even if they didn't
Till
have a gig,
5 in the
to
morning.
just drink free.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like
So-
I used to bring sometimes like 20 friends, and then at the end I'd look at the bartender and I'd go, "What's the damage?" And he'd go, "Give me $16."
So there's a chick that was at the show. She's hanging out, partying. We're all drinking. She ends up going home with me and my roommate.
Wait, she looked at me. We're sitting at the bar.
What do you mean?
She's in between. He's on the
All right.
other side. She looks at me and she
It
goes,
sounds like at the end of this story, she lives at the bottom of the Hudson now.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
She-
pretty much. Wait.
So here-
Wait. She looks at me and goes,
You-
"He's really cute." And I go, "Who, Nick?" And she goes, "Yeah, he's so cute." I go, "You should fuck him." And she goes, "You think?" And I go, "Yeah."
What were you, the
fuck him."
therapist all of a
I'm
sudden?
like,
How did that work?
Because
in?
she just kept leaning over to me.
She-
She's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Fuck him.
So-
you need to fuck him."
So here's what happened. Long,
job, Eddie.
long story short, yeah, well, that was a strong guy move right there. But long story short, we take the cab home. We end up I get laid, whatever. It was awesome, good time. In the morning, she had it was that awkward. We don't know each other. We were both so hammered.
The whole
And-
awkward. I just fucked a midget next morning.
Well,
What have I done with my life?
So she gets up and she just doesn't even realize that I'm a little person. She does. She gets up
'Cause under the
under the
covers-
covers, my face doesn't really have the strongest dwarfism feature. I got
Right.
the
At
blanket
all.
like this, the blanket up like this. She sneaks out of the bed. Okay. She puts on thinking
what-
that her pants. Okay, I have
Wait.
stretchy nylon pants, and she puts them on thinking they're capris of hers. Leaves her phone. Okay, so it's not even like she could just take this terrible moment and live
Walk of
on.
shame.
Okay, when she realizes these are not her capris, these are child's pants. You know, so she's calling her phone all day long, and she calls the phone. Eventually, I answer it. I didn't even realize the phone was in there. I just hear the phone, like, oh my God, the phone. So she's like, is this my phone? I was like, yes, this is. She's like, so you have it? I was like, yeah, you got my pants? So we got.
Was
I
there
go,
a silence on the other end of realization?
Oh, that silence happened when I met her. It was just it was a nice little transaction where we both had this here we go. It was like in a little envelope. I handed a little Secret Service
But
packet.
you were living with a friend of ours, Mark
Riccadonna.
Riccadonna at the time. And the next day I see Mark and he goes, "Nick, fuck that girl." And I go, "She was really hot." I go, "He did?" And I go, "Are you sure?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "How do you know?" He goes, "I heard them." I go, "You sure he was fucking her?" He goes, "Either that or he was kicking her."
What you don't know about Nick.
I think she was actually kicking me. That was the end of the night. So.
I think what happened though, you had the covers up and she went down to grab your dick, in the morning, and she grabbed your foot and was like, "Oh, wow."
So, Brad, I got to ask you the threesome, right? How did you engineer that night? Because you had that other guy on. Did you send the girl to go do it, or are you the guy who goes do it? Because every time I've engineered a threesome, it hasn't been that many times.
Wait, Jason has something to say.
I saw.
How did it go?
Well, let Brad.
How did I do it?
Wait,
You
I
tell
want to hear
me.
Jason's.
There were like two grifters in a parking lot trying to sell a fucking stereo, dude.
All right, so that's a fair.
Wait.
line.
That's also coming
Stop-
from a guy.
stop the
Yeah,
thing,
that's
Cracker, what's
also
that?
coming from a guy who was a professional at that. He used to have a lesbian wife, and that's all they would do.
So
was
wait a
try to
minute.
get threesomes.
Did you send the girl out? Is that girl your girlfriend, or what was the deal?
That girl is a very good friend of mine.
She's the girl you fuck. All right, that's a girl you fuck.
Yeah.
Right? And Matt Kirshen actually said, because he was knocking onto the friend, he said,
yeah, my Asian friend.
he said that she got too drunk, that he wasn't either an athlete or a drunken frat guy, that he couldn't go through with it.
Yeah,
with the rape.
I felt really bad for Matt. I brought a few people with me. One was the girl that I'm currently with, and then the other was this Asian girl. And Matt was really hitting on her
and this
hard.
was just a group of girls that like people who look like children, evidently.
Yes. Slight pedophilia.
If you know what Matt Kirshen looks like, ladies and gentlemen, Google him.
Yeah, and she just got so hammered drunk, and there was a moment in the hotel lobby where Matt was giving me a look like, is it rape if I do this?
So how did you send the girl to get the double D chick, or what happened there? I'm fascinated.
Back to this.
I'm fascinated about it.
When it's definitely a good move to have the girl.
Yeah, I've
who
always
wants
had
to
the girl go,
negotiate.
but I
Yes.
thought maybe you had magical powers.
He does.
you
He's a
did.
little
I
I
person.
wish, man.
That's
I
beside the
wish.
point.
No, I sent my girl in there. and
What do
it
you
was good.
think? Women love you. Every time I see you, you're covered with porn stars and
It's called
pussy.
confidence.
No, I'm a confident guy, right? What is the secret? What do you do? Is there a trick? What is your trick?
And I've told this to people before. The trick is Eddie, you're part right. It is the confidence. Then it's also the fact that I can't rape them.
I think that's it.
You're like a gay man.
Because women like me. Women have always
Right.
liked me. I get chicks, but
Yeah,
not
you're charming.
like what you do,
Yeah.
right?
Well, because
You-
they know that if it ever gets to a point of the night where they feel uncomfortable, they feel threatened, they could stop it.
So you have the personality, and they're always comfortable to go home with you because
Right.
they know that they can overpower you.
Exactly.
That's why I should fuck kids. Right there. You have just sold it to me. All these years, I've been thinking to myself,
Thank you. I officially
just.
just quit the show. I'm not going to jail. I am not.
I just want someone that can't overpower
There goes
me.
Audible.com as our sponsor. Audible.com said that they wanted to sponsor us, and I go, "What? But we're not a censored show." And they're like, "Oh, you guys can say anything you want. It's just no pedophile jokes."
Jeffrey wants to
All
fuck
right.
children.
I thought that was a good joke.
Is that why I got invited?
Brad,
Yeah,
I remember one night I was performing at the Laugh Factory, and you text me. You're like, "I'm bringing 2 playmates," and I was like, "Awesome!" You show up with like 2 of the hottest playmates. I'm on stage, and Brad's entertaining them. You're in like some back room or something, and I'm killing on. I'm having like the best set of my life because I know the playmates are there, and I realize they're nowhere to be seen. Brad has them in like some back room somewhere, and I yell out in the middle of it, "Brad, get them out here!" And then you took, and then you left,
and their response was,
How do you?
no, and then you left with Dane Cook.
How do you always meet porn
Well,
stars?
wait.
Yeah, yeah.
You left with Dane Cook. I remember this. I never got to the
Well,
bottom of this.
he's good looking as
This is-
well.
yeah.
right, and he's
I
rich.
go, Brad goes, "So what are we doing?" I go, "I don't know. You guys want to hang out?" And
And you know that he can't overpower you.
and Dane walks up and goes, starts
You know when you're
talk-
fucking a midget. You know when you're.
You know the whole thing when you're like fucking a midget and you like can't get on the
And then
bed.
you're over
you have
there.
to
You
go
got him and you're cocking him. You're going, "You're not very tall. Not very tall."
It's called midget course. That's what it's called. That's what I like to call it. That's what we call it. He comes in, like walks over to us, and apparently the one girl wanted to meet him. She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Dane, I'm a big fan." And Dane walks up and goes, "You're like, well, we're all going to go out for a drink." And I'm like, "Awesome." And all of a sudden, Dane points to the girl and goes, "Do you want to come with me? I've got my fucking whatever he's driving."
Right.
Learjet.
Yeah. And she just went, "Yep." And you guys left, and I never
Yeah.
saw you again.
Yep.
Yeah. What happened?
What do you think happened?
What do you think happened?
He fucked Dane
Both fucked
Cook.
Dan Cook.
You fucked Dane too?
Of course I did. I think I get spots at the factory. It's not for my talent, jeez. But yeah,
No, I think you told me Dane just drove her home or something and dropped her off, and I'm like, he just cock blocked me to get her away from me. It was like that's how much power he has. He went, I don't want to get laid. I just don't want other people to.
yeah, that's essentially right. That's essentially what happened.
And then
Tanya, are you still married?
Nope.
No. When did that end?
I divorced him in August.
Really? Why? What happened? Tell us the scoop.
He was a fetish guy.
Going taller.
What?
was he a fetish guy?
No.
Okay.
He was just lazy.
Well, you've got one of those right next to you,
What?
Been
and
there,
he's
done it.
available.
No, it's no. He's older, and I need somebody that can keep up with all this.
Really?
He didn't like the entertainment business kind of shit, like you flying all over the world.
No, she means like a seamstress so you can do jeans very quickly.
No,
Jeans are tough to get, man.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Needlework with dwarf hands, very difficult. You need a big person.
Meanwhile, Brad's wearing fucking True Religion jeans right now.
He actually
Yes, I
stole
am.
those from one of the girls he fucked.
Yeah, no, I was telling Eddie, the tailoring on these jeans actually costs more than the jeans itself. Fucking dwarfism.
that's why I just cut
You gotta
mine.
get some, just cut the end
Can't
off.
somebody-
Look what Tamara Lee does.
Yeah,
Just
hers
cut
looks
the
What was
end
my
off.
name?
How
Tanya.
how many dwarfs are there in the world? Like estimated. Is
1 in
there-
40,000.
Well, at the end of tonight,
So
there'll be
it's-
3 less.
so 1 in 40,000
One in-
people.
Yeah, 1 in 40,000.
Jason,
Right,
can
can
you
anyone do the math?
There's 6 billion people in the world.
Almost 7.
Okay,
All right, someone get a calculator.
and somebody killed Jason.
And you got to remember that, like places like India, they
don't report them.
They don't abort
Right.
them.
But everywhere else they do.
They keep them for charitable reasons. Very good beggars.
What I'm saying is, why don't we collectively here? I've got an idea. Why don't we start like a designer clothing company for little people?
Well, that's called kids clothing.
Oh.
called
No,
Abercrombie
you
and Fitch
get
for
have
kids.
bigger
you
asses.
Oh, you're talking-
children with asses the
Oh
size
yeah,
of
yeah.
mine.
Okay.
Let's
All
be
right.
honest.
We'll call it fat ass.
We'll call it black children's clothing.
What we'll do is we'll sell
Baby
them,
booty.
We'll sell them to dwarfs and also African women who've come back from the war and lost their legs.
Great if you know dwarves or have a landmine problem.
It's a niche market.
150,000.
167,500.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Million?
You can halve that if they all sell their shoulders.
Jason just said
167
167 million.
I
No,
don't think
Jason.
so.
No,
No, no, no.
I think you
it's
missed the
country.
zero.
So you're
No, Jason.
you're saying 3 times the population of the UK are dwarfs.
You're saying
Okay.
you're saying 2/3 of the population
half
of the
of
United
China.
States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 1.67 million. No,
They're all at
And
they're all
they're
at the
more in
North
Sweden.
Pole.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a higher concentration of little people in Sweden, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, because there's.
I'm not the. I just pulled that 1 in 40,000
Oh, I
out.
thought
I don't
you
know. I'm not the.
dwarf Wikipedia over
I
there.
know. That was pretty much it. That was my.
Nick, you've been to the convention. You should know this
Everyone's
stuff.
been in the conventions. I've known both of these people forever.
Let's be honest. Why do you go to the conventions?
Get laid.
Oh,
Yeah, but you're laying porn stars, regular stars. What do you want to lay the dwarf kind when you're the porn star king?
Trying to take it all.
Wife material.
Oh, really?
Oh, what, you think the porn stars
Wow,
want
it
to
got
marry you?
serious.
No.
You don't want to marry these
No.
chicks? I always
But you would
do.
marry a little
I fall
person.
in
You
love
would
with
rather
hookers
marry
and
like-
porn stars
okay.
all the time.
Oh, look at Tanya. She's like, yeah.
Just judgment.
No, because-
available.
Fight over
Because-
lowered
I need somebody
cabinets.
that can change the fucking light bulb.
Brad,
I'm not gonna marry somebody short.
yeah.
of me.
Ultimately, you want to have a lowered kitchen and not have like a fight about that shit every day when you're like fighting for like making eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Who puts
the milk on the top shelf, you bitch?
Brad,
Okay, you take
Brad,
the top shelf and you boom. That's it.
you had a
There
dwarf
is no top
girlfriend
shelf.
for a while,
Yeah.
correct? You had a little person girlfriend for a while. She was quite foxy. I quite liked her.
Yeah.
And since you've been muddling up the average size people by fucking all of them, can you hook me up with her? Now that you're broken up,
What's
Good,
the one?
right,
There's
I mean-
one that's like a supermodel.
That's Kylie Minogue.
No, I've seen her. I saw her up in San Francisco. She was at one of my gigs, and I saw her at the bar. I'm like, that chick's really hot, and I thought she was like really far away. And then
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
and I was like, and then
Yeah.
of course I
I
start
don't
talking to her,
wanna
and
say her
she's
name
like,
'cause
"Do
the
you know
guys
Brad
from the podcast
Williams?" Yeah. They're whispering her name.
Sarah Tripoli,
They
I
know-
saw.
they know her.
Well, because I don't want to say her
Sam's-
name because
Sam's
everyone's gonna like
sister.
Google her and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she'll,
But
stalkers.
Wait, so
yeah.
if you and Tanya had a child, it could be a tall person, right?
25% tall,
He's-
50%
he's
dwarf.
dominant gene,
Yeah.
I'm recessive
But
gene.
the real thing you'd be bothered about, it could come out ginger.
That would be a tragedy.
With a big ass.
Redhead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is the deal? There's no, like statistically, like how so 25%.
It goes by different dwarfs. So if you have like he has achondroplasia. Say me and Brad, you never know, science is working out. Say we have a kid.
Let's
It'd
do
be
it
a
here.
25% chance it'd be average height, 25% chance they would have pseudoachondroplasia, 25% chance it would have achondroplasia, and a 25% chance it would have pseudoachondroplasia.
So can you
I
have
like those odds.
can you just have aspects of it like Jason's hands? like
so I have Jason's hands, but then
no, but
Nick's
he's
body.
got like little people hands.
Wait, do you?
I don't know.
I
Those look
don't.
like pretty big
That would
hands.
be the largest
I don't-
person hands I've ever seen.
Okay.
That is-
I don't want to just talk about little people related questions, but when we were at the convention, you said to me, there was a,
Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya said to me, there was a little dwarf fella with a fucking bandana on your head, and you went, he's a fucking asshole.
Oh, we
he's
didn't like him.
He's a fucking dickhead, that guy, like this,
I
right?
never heard that
And
word.
I went, and I was like, hey, he's up. He's obviously at a heart. Like, I became like real sensitive.
Assholes come in all
Yeah,
sizes.
exactly. And I spent 10 minutes with that guy. He was a fucking asshole. He was a guy, he wrote music for the background of movies and stuff like that.
Oh, that asshole?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah. And he's a
fucking asshole.
he's a fucking
You know who we're
asshole.
talking about, Nick?
I don't know who
I
we're talking
know.
about.
And
Who is it?
I was outside and the guy was like, yeah, I don't normally come to these things. I got my own life, but someone begged me. And I'm like, oh, all right, mate. And he goes, yeah, I'm too busy at the moment. And I went, oh, okay, good. He goes, you want to know why I'm busy? And I was like, sure. He had such a chip on his shoulder. He goes, yeah, well, you know when you watch a movie and there's music playing in the background, someone has to write that, right? And I was like, you're kidding me. I thought that just happened. Someone has to write that. He goes, yeah, and that someone's me. And I'm doing a film at the moment with Rob Zombie and me are writing. And, the problem's going to be he's a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist. And we're going to butt heads. But you know the cunt I'm talking about, don't you?
I do, and that sounds exactly like
Well,
him.
he deserves his condition. Like you people, you seem like you've been dealt a hard card, but he deserves every bit of his
No,
dwarfism.
Brad has not been dealt a hard card.
Yeah.
The person beside him, and I don't mean Nick, on the other side, has been
That's
dealt
not
a hard
me.
card.
No, yeah, you got a lot.
Jason, if I had to choose between the two of you, if I had to choose between the four of you,
He does need a shower. I have
each
to tell
one
you
of
that.
them over
Oh,
you.
you're making that up. I smell good.
I don't know.
No, he doesn't smell good.
You don't
You're right.
smell good, Jason.
Jason, you
Talking
can't
about-
smell yourself. You smell horrible.
You've never smelled
Freshly
good.
laundered.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Freshly
clean.
laundered.
Tanya's disgusted by you.
Do you think it's the laundered outfit, or it could be the shit just coming out of your pores? What did you eat today?
Yeah, let's hear your diet today.
Sausage.
Sausage.
That's it.
Was it from a black woman down at the townhouse? You have to be a regular listener to get that joke, folks.
Jason fucked a tranny.
I did not fuck
Jason
a
made
tranny.
out with a black tranny down at the townhouse. And he's only kissed one girl this year, and that was it.
Hey, ooh. I went to a party Saturday night.
I'll
Great
bet you
story.
did.
Pass it back
Yeah,
to Brett.
It is a great story.
All right, tell us
All
the
right,
story.
Go ahead.
Don't hold it. Brad will hold it for you.
Yeah.
So,
Just smack him in the face if the story gets
Yeah,
boring.
hit him a couple.
I went
I
to
just hit him in the face with the
Because
microphone.
it's the same as women. He knows he won't beat him up.
You can't hit me
You
back.
can punch him as hard as you want in the face, and he won't do anything.
I know. It's
Well,
a
wait.
crime.
Can he punch you in the face?
Can-
I've punched you in the face.
Yeah, we've
before.
punched him in the face.
Aren't all crimes hate?
No.
Yeah, this is a hate
Can
crime.
Brad punch you in the
Can
face?
Brad punch you in the face?
Just can he?
I punched you once when you were coked off your head in the
Off
face.
my head.
If
a
we
re-
give,
Tell a
if
good
we-
story.
if
It's a
we
real
gi-
small hand. It won't hurt.
if we give
I
you
wanna
more
get hit.
cocaine,
No.
if we give you more cocaine, will you let him?
My mom has cancer.
Yeah, that's probably because she wasn't punched in the head enough. Now, come on.
Wait, this is almost good as good
All right,
as the LPA.
just let him do it.
If you want to
He
do
won't
the
hit you
story,
back. Just
if
do
you
it.
want to do your story, at the end of it, Brad has to punch you in the face.
He won't. Brad won't hit you hard.
Yes, he will.
No, he won't. Just in the cheek.
He can't stand up because standing up is where you get it from. Sitting down, you can't really do anything. Sitting up's just a jab.
Yeah, you'll go for the backhand.
No, I don't want to get hit, dude.
No, come
I'm a
on.
low energy day.
You get a black eye.
It's
How
gonna-
awesome is that story? How'd you get the black eye? Then you have a story. Like your story at the moment about I went to a party. It seems pretty tedious. I gotta be honest
you
with
don't
you.
want to hit me.
I really want to hit you. I thought that even before this conversation even came up.
Yes.
God.
It's on all our minds.
All right, can Tanya Lee punch you in the face?
All right.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Do it with
I
your.
don't-
Do it with the
this
ring.
is
Do
my
it. Don't
first
even tell him.
Oh wow!
I'm all knuckles.
Don't even tell him about the ring.
Yeah.
Can I do a
wait
backhand?
till he finishes his story.
No. Let him punch you first. Then you get to tell the story. That's your reward.
Okay.
Okay. Come on,
Can I do
Daniel.
backhand?
As fast, hard as you want. Hard as you want.
Is this?
I punched him once. As hard
This
as
is going down.
We had two people at one time in the face and in
Can
the
I
stomach
just
as
do it
hard
with
as
the
they could.
microphone stand like a bat?
Hey,
Better with
okay, go on, punch you. Look at him.
Fist is better. Fist is
Fish is
better.
better.
This is my fist.
Do the fist.
That's all right.
I've never punched somebody in the face.
It's so exhilarating.
Yourself. What if she hurts herself?
No,
I'm serious.
Turn
Don't.
towards me.
Then just slap him.
It didn't hurt at all.
You leaned into that one too. That was.
Let me go back. Can I want to do backhand? I'm better at the back.
Yeah, let it do her
Let
other
her do
hand.
I
backhand.
only punch people in the nuts. I'm not used to hitting the face.
Okay, you ready?
Backhand.
It's a long night.
Come on.
Yep.
Wait, no. I need some sanitizer.
Add insult to injury.
All right, now you can tell your story.
Medic.
So I went to a party.
That's all the time we have on the podcast.
I went to a party with over 100 people in it on Saturday night.
Oh, they were there already. You didn't go with them.
And not kidding, 40% of the room was mentally retarded. It was amazing.
Actually, no, you were there. 41% of the room.
I went to a party.
Was the party
It
you
was at your
committed or what?
house.
It was
This was committed.
yeah.
Did you have to
Welcome
put
to
a
your new
straight
home.
jacket on for the party?
It was the most relaxed
Was
party
it a
I've
family
ever been to.
reunion celebrating
it-
your mother's cancer?
Was it school?
The weird thing is, it was an art opening.
Finger painting.
And the weirdest thing is that
Was it an art opening? All
the
right,
art
okay.
opening
Yeah.
and the theme of the art opening
Was it a charity?
called-
Look at what I painted.
no, it was called the penis
Let's show
mantras.
Jason what he is.
The penis mantras.
Oh, here we go.
You can look it up. Penis mantras, Santa Monica.
No, I
It's-
don't want to look it up.
No,
Just
we're not
explain
looking
it.
up. We
Just
don't believe
explain
So
it.
it's just an art show where this guy did all these paintings with penises and stuff, and then one of the kids that worked at the gallery was mentally retarded, and so he invited all of his friends and half.
We're
They
all-
prefer
Also-
to be called window lickers.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, I noticed that little people really like that joke because you can't reach the window.
Have you ever seen?
right now, my hands are itchy, like really itchy. I need
We'll let you wash your hands.
Yeah.
Jason goes, do you mean that?
Yeah, because of the stubble. Hey, now that you've taken Tanya, you can take a blow from Brad, right?
Yeah, it'll be better.
You can take a blow from Brad. That hardly hurt you, didn't it? You can take a blow from Brad.
Set
Break
me
your
up.
hives.
You're
You can
evil.
take a blow
He's
from
mad
Brad.
about the cable
I
bill.
know he's mad about the cable
You
box.
can take a blow from Brad.
Tell me where the source is on this.
Tell me you can take a blow from Brad.
Come on, you can take a blow from
I'll
Brad.
never mention the cable box again. If you take a blow from Brad.
Yeah,
I
take
don't
the
wanna
blow.
get hit.
Oh, he's gonna give
He
you
can
shit
hit.
about that
I bet
cable.
you.
Yeah, he can.
No.
You got nothing. You got pussy slap from me.
No, I don't want to.
Let me
No.
ask you something. Have you ever seen a little person with Down syndrome? Does one exist?
It's called low syndrome. God, that's not a bad joke.
Yes, it
that
is.
wasn't a bad joke.
Yeah,
Those jokes go. Come on. And don't do it like it's a cliche joke. Don't say, oh, we've all
Are
heard
you
that
kidding
one. What do
me?
you call it, dwarf?
We all have a low syndrome chunk in our act, you asshole.
Have you really?
That's the closer. That's what I.
You can have that. Any three of you can fight over that.
Death match. I've seen him with like severe cases of autism, but I've never seen actual Down syndrome.
I've seen a
dwarfs.
severe case of autism to your right.
Yeah. I've seen dwarfs with severe cases of autism. Orphan is. I can't talk anymore.
How long have we been going?
Since time has begun.
That wasn't being
I didn't know I could stand up.
Brad just stood up and punched him.
Did we have that on video?
No, you're gonna have to do
Element
it
of
again.
surprise
Wait
always
for the
does it.
camera though.
For the camera. Take two. I'll do it again
You
later.
can't hit him back.
That reminded me of the
Do you know how low your life will be if you hit a dwarf?
yeah. If you hit a dwarf,
If I hit Jim, can I get on TMZ? Is he that high enough?
No,
yet?
I'm not.
No.
I can't get myself on TMZ. I always fuck up when the camera's there. I get nervous.
Let me know when that is.
no, but if you hit a dwarf, you can get on TMZ.
See, I didn't know if
but
I
it
could-
has to be a female.
I want to stand on the couch and do it. I want to redo. I want a mulligan.
Nick, only one person hasn't hit him.
That's true.
I train, man. I'm a trained.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a boxer.
He's a fighter.
I'm gonna hit you.
You would hurt him?
No, I don't know. I might hurt my hand. Fuck.
No, don't hurt your hand.
Why is that so violent around here?
Yeah,
It's
no,
not.
why?
It's just
Everybody just wants to hit you.
You have a head that
He just
people
has that effect on people.
people want to hit, man.
Wait, that reminded me of the scene from Jackass when they get in the fist fight and the cops come in and the cops are. Did you ever see that?
Oh, and
Jackass?
it's all dwarves.
It's all dwarves. It's
Yeah, and
one
then,
of the
like,
funniest things I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah.
But the one guy's terrifying. When the guy comes in and starts the fight with Wee Man,
right.
he's scary as fuck.
I think they really wanted to hurt him. I think there was like I don't know.
Did you ever see this scene, Jim?
Yeah, I saw the scene. Yeah.
Yeah. The dude, because you guys know all the actors that are
Obviously.
and
They were the wrestlers. That was the team of wrestlers.
Yeah, that was
on the
Half
show.
Pipe
and-
Brawlers or something.
Yeah.
It was those guys.
And
they're-
they're pretty
fierce.
crazy. They're training with like Mexican wrestlers, and you know.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta learn how to
just being anywhere near a Mexican, slightly crazy.
And then you, Nick, did you play in Little Kiss at all? Didn't you like sometimes fill in?
I did. Some.
Oh, you were Little Kiss?
I did. I started out.
The guy with
Man,
the star.
Were you Gene Simmons? Or did you play?
I traded around. I guess I never had one. Like I couldn't walk down one guy. You know, I was moving around. But
Who was in that? That
I
was
used
your
to
buddy.
rap.
Was Clint?
I used to
I perform in
freestyle
a
at the
group
end.
called the Tall Munchkins.
The-
Not a good joke.
What is that noise?
That's my thing. I got that ugly app that Howard Stern's been talking about.
What's the ugly? Oh, when you make yourself
Do
ugly.
everything Howard Stern tells you.
I listen to the radio.
Everything, all your ideas and stuff lately. It's Howard Stern.
It's not an idea. There was an app.
Howard Stern's
There was an
idea,
app that he was
the ugly
advertising that I
app.
got. It's hardly an idea that I've stolen off him.
No, I didn't say you're stealing. I'm just saying you love like everything.
Those were the words that you said.
All right.
You did say steal.
Did I say? All right.
Yeah, you steal everything from Howard Stern. There has an app that Howard Stern didn't invent that he was playing with that I was listening on the radio and I went and started
I
playing
said
with
you
it.
do everything Howard Stern says.
And then you
to
said,
do.
just like you
Which-
said, like
which-
you said
how
earlier,
pathetic are
like you
you?
said, you stole Eddie's idea for you to cover your poster for the Edinburgh.
I didn't say
you
that.
said stole.
I didn't say you
and
stole
I
it.
said,
I don't know if it's a
no,
wise choice to talk about it on
let's
here.
start
You're
this,
starting
yeah.
fire if you do it on here.
Yeah. I had nothing to do with that.
It was an ugly app that was, it tells you how ugly you are. That's
Why
all
am
it
I
was.
starting fire?
I'm just saying, if you want to talk about the poster thing and then it goes through that, if you don't want the fans to talk about it at all, it's best not to mention it. But it's
I don't
up to
care
me.
if they talk. No, I don't want them to talk about it later and go.
Oh, okay, we
God."
can talk about it. I'm happy to talk about it.
All right, and we'll post it on the site,
Yeah, we post it on the site.
and then we'll let them be the judge.
Well, we'll be too
Actually,
late.
I
by then.
can't because they don't want me to put mine until it's released because it's not.
Well, I can't put mine into the thing, but I'm happy to post it and then say it openly.
I don't.
This is the
understand.
debate, right? Eddie has a picture of him with a small cat, right? I did a photo shoot for my Edinburgh for his new DVD, and you can say the name of it?
Yeah, that's for my new DVD. I Love Pussy.
I Love Pussy. Now, I did a show called Fully Functional, so they wanted to have me looking like dapper and like not... Every other poster I've done, I've looked drunk, or I've been vomiting, or I've had a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, or I've just, been looking horrible in all my posters. And this year they said, well, they wanted a poster of me looking like I was not drunk or whatever, like dapper type of thing, right? So we had the photo shoot. There was a little dog on the set.
Who's
I took-
we? Or who's
I
they?
say we. I
Who's
say
they?
management.
Okay.
Stuff like that, right? You don't understand. You work for yourself. I'm joking. Jeez, that's upsetting.
That really hurt. That hurt. Go ahead. Just steal all my
When I
ideas.
say we, I mean
You
me.
and your management.
I went me and the little people, right? So anyway, there's a picture of me holding a dog looking like a fag. Eddie has a picture of him holding a cat looking like a fag. So now he's using that for the cover of his DVD, and I wanted to use it for an animal post. I'm not going to use it for my DVD. And I only remembered that Eddie had a picture of him looking like with a cat while I was driving over here today. And when my friend Peter's here, and I said, I don't know if this, because it's not like stealing a joke, it's a photo, right? It's a different thing. And so Eddie doesn't know whether he's happy about the whole situation or not. But I believe that it won't hurt either of us, or no one will care. But it's open to debate.
Thoughts, Eddie?
That got really silent.
I'm still
There
thinking
was
about
a
the,
real,
the management comment. Hurt.
Eddie's still thinking Carrie Hoffman over.
I have gone through 10 managers.
So
since him.
there's a sound bite. So if there ever is a problem, we can put it up the side. Eddie had the picture first. There you
Yeah,
go.
you
You
heard
can play
it
that
right there.
over and over again.
There we go. Problem solved, Eddie?
No.
I think the
No,
cat.
not until he has
Here's-
management.
here's
Yeah.
I think the cat and the dog should fight over who gets the poster, right? You know.
My cat was
All right,
dead.
nobody. All right, nice.
That was a lovely dog, though. It had wool that didn't molt, like little sheepskin.
All right, moving on. Nick almost got killed by Noosa, my dog.
Well, this is the
Yeah.
thing. Is
Came
this
down
is the
the
thing
stairs.
is you don't have to worry about these three comics taking the idea up. They can't pick up a dog.
Certainly not your dog. He's got a fucking wild. He's got a wild
Well, this is-
fucking.
this is
It's
what
a
you
wild animal from Australia.
I-
I walk in. Okay,
I have
here's,
a-
here's
I have
how
a
this.
dingo.
Here's how this goes. I walk in. First thing that goes in, boom. There's a dingo, a wild fucking dog that like is roaming
This is
around
what
with like
Eddie did
crocodile
not say.
Dundee.
Eddie
you're
hasn't
eye-to-eye.
told you this. I think Brad already knows this, but Eddie hasn't told you that that's a very friendly dog. That dog doesn't like children.
Either way,
We've got- no,
I don't
God-
like
God's
it.
honest.
Fuck that.
I've never seen Brad get upset about any jokes about little people ever. And we were talking one night. We're sitting at the bar. And my dog has a problem with kids, and I'm telling somebody all about it. And Brad walks in, and I go, "Hey, Brad," and I'm trying to figure out how to like fix it. I go, "Hey, Brad, could you come over to my house on Saturday?" And he goes, "What?" I'm like, "My dog doesn't like kids." And I'm thinking like he can rationally understand as an adult how to like, and he's like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
Well, yeah, he says he won't want me to come over and be like the dwarf dog whisperer.
well, I
or
figure we
something
could
like
put-
that.
What you should
We
have
could
said
put
is
you
you
in one
should
of
have
those
said.
padded suits.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
should have said, "Can you go into my house? My dog doesn't like fuckwits."
That was almost like a training thing.
No, my dog only fucks with people with management.
Eddie has management. I just want to.
They just don't know me.
And you
My
are.
My manager lives in a $10 million house and drives a Bentley. He has no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I often think that about management and stuff like that. Do you ever meet like the top guy at your agency or something, and you think you got so much fucking, because it's that weird thing that you pay them so much money, but you still aren't in a position where you can bully them. Like anyone you give thousands of dollars to, eventually you feel like you should be able to ring them up and go, "Oi, fuckface!" Like if it was someone making a kitchen for you or something, you gave him $10,000, you think, "I'm going to abuse this cunt. I'm not happy today," right? But not your agent. You still got to ring up and go, "I know I've given you a lot of money this year, but can you
Can I
please
give you
help me
more?
out again?
Can I give you
Please?"
more? I want to up the percentage that I give you.
No, definitely in situations like that. And but you feel like you can't say anything because then they'll like
What agency are you with?
Gersh.
Gosh, I don't know much about them. I know
Yeah,
they're one of the big ones.
I like them. They're
Yeah.
good.
They're good.
Yeah, they keep me working. They're good.
They didn't get you a job on Boardwalk Empire though, did they?
And I fired my agent because of that. I'm dead serious.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my TV guy, I saw Nick's episode of Boardwalk Empire, and then I heard that there was a Snow White movie with Julia Roberts where there's 7 dwarves, and I didn't get one fucking
There was
audition.
there was 2 movies
Yeah.
made at the exact same time. It was
2
seven
Snow
dwarfs.
White movies.
Nick was on TMZ talking about it. I remember
you?
this now.
I was,
You
yeah.
were on TMZ bitching that you weren't in any of the dwarf films.
Right.
Yeah.
How many dwarf actors are there? There's only got to
There's
be
like
7.
16, and 14 of them got the dwarf roles. I didn't get one audition.
When Charlie and the
That-
Chocolate Factory came back and they used the one dwarf and then superimposed him 1,000 times,
Deep
that
Roy.
must have just been the death of.
Oh, that pissed us all
That's
off.
as bad as Adam Sandler had a movie and he had an Abraham Lincoln character and Buddy Bolton, is it Buddy Bolton, got the part and he got the part and the guy he beat out has played Abraham Lincoln 63 times in films. Like, how much would you want to kill Buddy?
Buddy
And
Bolton assassinated him.
yeah,
for that
like
fucking-
seriously, like that's like you just go home that night and look at your wife and go, it's over.
But it's the thing that Christopher Reeve auditioned for
to play a paraplegic.
to play a quadriplegic in that movie. It was one of the first films that Angelina Jolie was ever in. Denzel Washington got the part.
Bone Collector.
The Bone Collector.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington plays a quadriplegic in it.
right. And Christopher Reeve auditioned.
Christopher Reeve auditioned. And
That's,
then fucking they
That's
went.
like
Yeah.
crazy.
The Lord of the Rings and everything, they all superimposed other tall people
Yeah,
down
but that
on the
was a
dwarf
real
bodies.
big movie. You guys couldn't have carried that acting off.
plus
That was a real big act.
they'd have to take you to New
And
Zealand.
now The
and
Hobbit, they're doing the same fucking thing with The Hobbit. They're
Yeah.
just
they're shrinking
they're
everyone.
shrinking everybody down.
Martin Freeman's The Hobbit.
You guys should just get them to enlarge you and play in like regular roles then.
Yeah.
Bastards.
I like that idea.
Well, I think that brings us to an end. To sum up, these people aren't good actors.
Oh, fuck. It's been a long... Yeah, they're all... You can hire each one of these guys if you have any kind of film coming up where you need... What do you usually play? You're a boxer. Yeah. What's your favorite role?
Leprechaun.
Well, so this is the thing is...
It's a go-to classic.
I got to ask you, what do you think of Life's Too Short?
I like it.
Yeah. I like Life's Too Short.
I think it's funny.
I think there's a few too many digs sometimes.
Yeah, I think I think it's great. I think they focus a little too much on the height where it's not funny.
Yeah.
Because they lose it. I mean, it's fuck. He's the shit. I mean, Ricky Gervais is like. Look at The Office. Look at all these things. The show is great.
Warwick Davis is funny.
He's funny.
Yeah? But there's certain things like sometimes I watch it, don't make him fall out of the car.
I'd like it if he stood up for himself a little bit more, though.
Yeah, and it's like
a little bit more.
But
ballsy.
not only that, the funniest thing to me about it is not just that he's short. Like, he's at a fucking convention, like with all kinds of crazy Star Wars fans dealing with that. Like, it's hilarious. Like, these people are nuts at these Comic-Con things.
At the end of the episode, when he ended the last episode, he ends up in a drawer, sleeping at a person's place. Was that offensive?
No,
I didn't see. I only saw one episode.
Little People Convention.
Yeah.
You know how many
we've done that.
at the Little People Conventions? It's 7 days a week, right? 7 nights. You pay for a hotel room. It's like at least $100 a night for a hotel room. Most of us can't afford that, so they get like
with a shower
15,
you can't use.
15 little people share a room,
Yeah.
and then you can fit like 6 dwarves in a bed, and they sleep like sausages.
I need footage. I need
My
footage of
friend
that.
Amy slept underneath the desk last year. I slept on a little air mattress at the end, and there was 4 people in each bed.
I need footage.
Well, you need footage. Eddie needs
Orgy.
footage for 10 years. He's been like, let me come to these conventions. Let me come. And then this summer, I'm walking in the lobby. Who do I see? It's Eddie. I'm like, oh, my God. Here we go. So you're on your way to the footage, man. I can see
No lie. We're walking from the car to the hotel. And what's the first sound coming across the park? What are you doing here, Ift?
Well, I was legitimately booked at the gig.
Right.
Because you have management.
Yeah,
No,
and I
because
kept going, do you know who this
I
guy is?
do. It's because my agent's assistant's a dwarf.
Yeah.
I kept saying to her, have you ever seen Jim's act? She's like, no. And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, I could, because...
I used to talk to her every day.
And she had no idea. And then during your act, she was just like, oh, my God.
I thought she must have seen something on the
She
internet.
had no...
She's an agent. You think they really watch your act?
She didn't vet you at all. And then we got a pep talk before the show. She's like, okay, please don't say the word midget. Please don't do any child. I'm like, how about the word cunt?
Because that's coming.
I had the same pep talk. They said, don't say midget. Don't say this. Don't say that. And they went through. And I go, nigger's good. I'm just checking because I might have a Michael Richards moment up there. And
You started with the cunt. You're like, hey, you said I couldn't say midget, but you cunt was
I did a gig.
You were allowed to swear, though, right?
Yeah, they were fine with that.
But
who is the girl? I did a gig a couple weeks ago in San Francisco for that radio show, Alice Morning Show.
Tara Joel.
And I didn't realize it was like a whole bunch of comedians and Hal Sparks. And I'm just joking. And we were doing the show, and what's her name?
Tara Joel.
Tara Joel. Do you know her? She does
Yeah.
like
I know her,
Britney
yeah.
in person.
Lady Gaga-
And
Lady
I
Gaga.
text Brad, and I go, "Do you know Tara Joel?" And the first text back is, "Why are you gonna fuck her?" And I go,
Well, because I know you.
and I go, "No, I'm doing a show with her right now." And in my contract, it said I couldn't say midget because she was on the show. And I'm like, well, like,
Well, good.
yeah, no, but I mean, there should be things that like that's the only time I've ever seen that in a thing. Like the black guy doesn't come on and go, no other comedian.
Yeah,
can
but,
say nigger."
but that's the reason for that is we already know that. They don't know that you know the midget rule.
Oh, the midget.
Not
rule.
only that, but you're also getting now if you start saying that, you get limped into it. It's probably more of a promotional thing. You don't want to get lumped in with the midget thing.
Can you tell me why the midget word's offensive? I don't say it because I realize it is
somebody
offensive.
yelled at I just did Flappers last weekend, and during my set, some guy yelled out, "Why is it offensive?" So I had to finish the bit and then go, "Okay, here we go." And the only way I can describe it, and I can't speak for all the other guys, is because growing up we
Keep
have
it
no
short,
other identity other than the midget. You don't have a first name, you don't have a last name. It's like, oh my God, there's a midget. Look, there's a midget. Oh my God, midget, midget, midget. It's all you hear, and it takes on a very negative connotation. People will scream it from cars. You get shit thrown
that,
at
and
you.
it actually derives from the word midge, which is an insect. So you're calling
midges,
somebody an
midges.
insect.
Midges, yeah.
So that's that's the main thing. You're
So-
calling
The
somebody an
definition
So
is
Jason,
midget.
you should put in your contract nobody can say the word douchebag.
You guys are the douchebags.
Wow, he got you.
Can you punch him for me,
He
bro?
was talking into the beer bottle.
I have broken out in hives. Look at my hands.
You know how they go away? Hit them again. Hit them
I-
again.
yes, I'm
Hit them
allergic
again. They
to
go
you.
away.
Honestly,
just one more.
I'm
Just
super fucking itchy. I've got lacey on me or something.
did you miss it again?
You cunt.
Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I didn't want to hit, because it could have
Brad
gone
just leaned over and punched Jason in the face again.
What is wrong with him?
It's
That
funny.
is-
I think he's
that
happy.
is-
That's
Yeah, but
awesome.
I didn't want to be the guy that, like, I'm the third guy that hits you, and that's the time where you're like, fuck it, fuck this, and then boom, he just lays
That-
out.
I tell you what,
like,
man.
I've been training boxing for 3 months, and he's like, yeah, boom, I'm fucking 6'2", you know, and just
You being hit by a dwarf, that's Prozac for me. That's the happiest instantaneous
Did you
moment
get it, Ernie?
I've ever had.
Oh, you didn't get it? Do it again. One more for the camera, please.
Oh God.
sell it.
Are you
Let's
recording?
go ahead and fist on this one.
Tanya, you want another one?
No, I can't stop itching. I can't stop itching. I know it is. I fucking
It's just fun to hit him.
All right. On that note, let me give everyone's plugs.
It's giving him flashbacks of his childhood.
Get the stick. Tanya, what do you have to plug? I see you got a Twitter, website, everything. Let's hear it.
Tanya Lee Davis. I'm going to be at Flappers in Claremont this weekend. I'll be up in Calgary, Alberta next weekend.
We got a lot of
Thursday,
Canadian fans. Go see her in Calgary. You're at the
Yeah,
Laugh
Laugh
Stop.
Shop.
Laugh Stop or Shop?
I think it's the
Doesn't
shop.
matter.
No,
Just
Blackfoot Inn, whatever. That's Laugh Shop.
May 3rd to 5th. And you have a UK show called what?
Oh, I just filmed a TV series called I'm Spasticus.
Are you the star of it?
It's a hidden camera show. I'm one of the people part of it.
And they can go to your website,
TanyaLeeDavis.com.
TanyaLeeDavis.com.
And the fan page on Facebook.
And then, Nick, what do you have there?
I'm gonna be at the Irvine Improv on Wednesday for Radical.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
This will air tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Yeah, this will air tomorrow.
So yes, so tomorrow. And on Thursday I'll be at John Lovett's, and then I have a couple movies that are out.
What
Life
movie?
Happens. It's in theaters still, limited release. A little part, but whatever. And Breaking Wind. And I'm working on.
I just broke wind a minute ago.
It's it's like a spoof on.
I'm not trying to make a joke here, but are your farts normal size?
Mine are
I
think
on
above.
Jason, he can tell you.
The size of my ass, yes.
So, and then you can check me out on my website, nicknovicki.com, and I'm on Facebook and Twitter.
All right. And Brad, fuck it. You get too much pussy and you're standing ovations. You don't get anything. Seriously.
Can I at least plug my podcast?
No.
I have a podcast.
All right. What is it?
All right, it's called About Last Night. It's on the Toad Hop Network. It does
Toad Hop,
every
that's
About
Monday.
him
Frank and
getting
Heidi.
laid the night before.
Yeah,
Frank and Heidi's on that where they're good guys.
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's-
So it's about last night. It's all about threesomes with little people.
exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, every Monday from 3 to 4, and then also you can subscribe on iTunes.
Do you have guests on there?
I had my first guest today. I had Ralph Garman from the
Oh,
Kevin and
yeah,
Bean
yeah.
Show and
I'm
from
gonna-
the Hollywood Babylon podcast.
We all love Ralph. All right. So that's it for us. Thank you guys for listening. This is Tuesday's episode. Thursday, we're going to have Doug Benson is going to be our guest. We're not sure if he's going to show up. He is. He is for sure. So Thursday, listen up. Thank you guys for listening. Go Dogs.
Talking shit.